milk ladder is a guide to how milk-containing foods can be gradually reintroduced back into baby's diet to see if baby started to develop some tolerance to cow's milk. The milk ladder can be started when babies have been milk-free for 6 months and they can manage to eat the foods on the milk ladder. So sometimes they might be ready in theory, but not quite able to manage to eat a biscuit yet. The theory is that when milk is cooked, the shape of the protein changes so that the baby's immune system may not recognise it. So this explains why some children with a delayed reaction milk allergy can tolerate milk cooked in foods such as cakes and biscuits. We call this baked milk, before less cooked forms of milk such as yoghurt and cheese. The milk ladder is used in children who have mild to moderate non-IgE or the delayed form of milk allergy. Please watch the first film, Cow's Milk Protein Allergy Explained, if you're not sure what type of reaction baby has had. So do not use the milk ladder if the baby's had any immediate reaction symptoms such as swelling of lips or eyes, rash that has appeared within minutes of having milk, breathing problems, or previous floppiness after having milk. The baby has eczema, which is flaring, baby's unwell. The milk ladder can be used if the baby has the delayed reaction to milk protein, baby's been milk-free for 6 months and can manage to eat the foods on the milk ladder, and baby is well. On the milk ladder is a cookie or a biscuit. There are recipes that come with the milk ladder and they can be found on the following website. However, if you want to buy a biscuit, a malted milk biscuit is a good choice. Always give the foods at the start of the day so you have the full day to watch for any symptoms. I know it sounds wrong, a dietitian advising biscuits at breakfast, but in this case it's okay. Start with a quarter of a biscuit on the first morning, then if no symptoms, give half a biscuit the next day, and gradually increase till they can have 3 biscuits in a day without any symptoms. Once stable and symptom-free on the first step, then progress up to the next step. Each step will take at least 3 days to a week, but it's fine to go slower than this if you feel uncertain or you want to wait a bit longer before going up to the next step. The next step is a plain muffin or cake. Again, the same principle, starting at the start of the day with a small amount, then increasing each day until they can manage a full portion. Then the next steps are pancake, cheese and yoghurt. So if your baby reacts to a step, for example, they're fine when they have cheese, but when given yoghurt, the symptoms return, then go back to the last step that they tolerated. Wait 2 to 3 months and then try and move up again. But it's really important to keep giving foods that they've tolerated, as this will help your baby to build up tolerance. When you've completed the yoghurt stage, you can then try and introduce soft pasteurised cream cheese, chocolate, fromage frais, and all other foods that contain milk. When your baby is eating all foods that contain milk, the final step is to try pasteurised cow's milk if baby's over 1, or infant formula if baby's under 1 year of age. This is done by slowly mixing 1 ounce of formula or pasteurised cow's milk into the milk substitute that you've been using. So this could be given as a drink or added to breakfast cereal, for example. If this is tolerated, every day gradually increase the amount of infant formula or pasteurised cow's milk and reduce the milk-free substitute accordingly, building up to 200 ml a day. When baby can tolerate this, swap all milk alternatives to normal infant formula or cow's milk, as your baby can now tolerate cow's milk. As with all the steps in the milk ladder, you can go slower if you want to. Keep trying. Some babies develop tolerance before 1 year of age and others can be a little bit older. Remember to regularly give the foods from the previous tolerated step of the milk ladder and the steps below and retry the next step a few weeks later. If your baby reacts in step 1, so the malted milk stage, maybe they're not quite ready yet, try again every 2 to 3 months to see if they've started to develop tolerance. So the milk pledge has been completed. Continue to regularly give baby foods that contain milk and milk containing infant formula or pasteurised cow's milk. Babies grown out of their milk allergy.
Thank you for listening, and I hope you found this useful. We have displayed a few QR codes in this talk, which links you through to online information leaflet and resources relevant to this section. Open your camera or download the QR code reader on your phones, and this will enable you to scan the QR code and access the information. Finally, if you can scan the QR code on the bottom right, it will take you through to the survey regarding this talk. It will be really useful to get some feedback on how we can improve this in the future. Thank you.